You know that feeling when you're sitting in the dentist chair and they ask you a question and your mind just goes blank?
Oh, Maya, that is painfully accurate. I've been there. The bright light shining in your face, the little tools clicking around, and then the dentist says something, and you just nod, even though you have no idea what they said.
Exactly, and that's exactly why today's episode is so important. We're going to give you the exact phrases you need to walk into a dental office in English and actually sound natural, not like you memorized a textbook dialogue from 1998.
Let me guess. You're about to tell me that I have pain is not the right way to say it.
Leo, you're getting good at this. But let's start from the beginning. Let's say you wake up one morning and your tooth is bothering you. What's the first thing you need to do?
Well, I'd probably call the dental office and say, I need appointment.
Close, but let's make it natural. The most common way to start is I'd like to make an appointment. Or if you're calling because something's wrong, you can say, I need to schedule an appointment. I think I have a toothache.
I have a toothache. That sounds so much better than I have pain in tooth. Can you break that down for us?
Of course, toothache is one word, it's a noun. You don't say toothache as two words or pain in my tooth. Native speakers say, I have a toothache. Simple, natural, one word. Repeat after me, listeners.
I have a toothache.
Perfect. Now, let's say you walk into the office. The receptionist might ask, what seems to be the problem today? And here's where most learners freeze. They start translating from their first language. A Spanish speaker might say, I have pain in my tooth. A Chinese speaker might say, my tooth is uncomfortable. An Arabic speaker might say, I feel pain in my teeth.
Wait, I've said my tooth is uncomfortable before. That's exactly what I thought was correct.
You're not alone, Leo. That's one of the most common mistakes we hear. The problem is, my tooth is uncomfortable sounds like your tooth is having a bad day emotionally, like it's sitting in an uncomfortable chair.
Oh, no. I've been walking around telling people my tooth is uncomfortable, and they probably thought I was crazy.
But now you know. So let's go through the most natural ways to describe tooth problems. First, I have a toothache. That's for general pain. Second, I have sensitivity. That's when cold or hot things make your teeth hurt.
Oh, I know that one. When I drink ice water and my teeth go, like that sharp feeling.
Exactly. And you can say, I have sensitivity to cold. It hurts when I drink cold water. Very natural. Now, another very common one, it hurts when I bite down.
Bite down?
That means when you close your teeth together, like when you're eating. So you can tell the dentist, it hurts when I bite down on my back tooth, or the pain comes and goes.
The pain comes and goes. That's so descriptive. I can picture it, like the pain is visiting and leaving whenever it wants.
That's a great way to think about it. And that's exactly why these phrases work. They create a clear picture in the listener's mind. Now, what about when you're due for a regular checkup? When you're not in pain, but you know you haven't been to the dentist in a while?
Right. I should be going. I just keep forgetting.
That's most of us. The phrase you need is, I'm due for a checkup.
I'm due for a checkup. So due means it's time?
Exactly. It means something is expected or scheduled. So if you say I'm due for a checkup, it means it's been 6 months or a year since your last visit, and it's time to go again. You can also say, I need to schedule my regular cleaning.
Okay, I love that. Let me practice. Hi, I'd like to make an appointment. I'm due for a checkup.
Perfect. Now let's go deeper. Once you're in the chair, the dentist might ask you questions. Here are some common ones. Ready?
Ready.
The dentist might ask, on a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate your pain?
Okay, I understand that one. But what if I don't know how to answer? What's the most natural response?
Be specific. Say, it's about a 6, it's not constant, but when I eat something sweet, it spikes. Or you could say, it's a dull ache that's been bothering me for a few days.
Dull ache. That's a really good one. So dull means not sharp?
Exactly. Sharp pain is sudden and intense. Dull ache is a low, steady pain. And this distinction is really important for the dentist to understand what's going on. Another question they might ask, does it hurt when I tap on this tooth?
I've had that. They tap with that little metal thing.
Yes, and you can say, yes, that's the one. That's where it hurts. Or, no, that one feels fine. It's the tooth next to it.
That's so useful because sometimes I don't know which tooth is the problem, but when they tap it, I know.
Exactly. Now, here's something many learners don't know. In the US and many English speaking countries, the dentist might ask, have you been flossing regularly?
And everyone lies, right?
Well, the honest answer is supposed to be no. But let's learn the correct way to say it. You can say, I could be better about it. Or, I try to, but not as often as I should.
I could be better about it. That's such a diplomatic way to say, no, I haven't flossed in 3 months.
It's honest, but not embarrassing. And the dentist will appreciate it. Now let's talk about a very important cultural thing. In English-speaking countries, it's very common for the dentist to explain what they're about to do before they do it.
Oh, that's good. I hate surprises in the dentist chair.
So you might hear things like, I'm going to take an x-ray to get a better look, or you have a small cavity, we'll need to fill that today, or I'm going to numb the area first, you'll feel a small pinch.
Okay, so numb the area means they'll make it so I can't feel pain?
Exactly. And a small pinch is what they say right before the needle. It's a warning. So when you hear small pinch, you know to expect a tiny bit of discomfort for 2 seconds.
That's actually really helpful. Most of my fear comes from not knowing what's about to happen.
And now you know the key phrases. So when the dentist says, you'll feel a small pinch, you can relax because you understand. Now, what about after the procedure? The dentist might give you instructions. For example, don't eat anything for the next 2 hours.
Right. Or avoid hot foods and drinks until the numbness wears off.
Excellent, Leo. Until the numbness wears off, that means until you can feel your mouth again. And here's another one. If the pain persists, take ibuprofen as needed.
Persists. That means continues.
Yes, and as needed means when you need it, not every hour on the hour.
This is gold. I feel like I could walk into a dentist office right now and actually have a conversation. Complete sentences, not just nodding.
That's the goal, Leo. Now let's do a practice simulation. I'll be the receptionist. You're calling to make an appointment because you have a toothache. Ready?
Ready.
Good morning, Dr. Smith's office. How can I help you?
Hi, I'd like to make an appointment. I think I have a toothache.
Of course. Can you tell me a little bit about the pain?
It's a dull ache in my back tooth. It hurts when I bite down, especially when I eat something hard.
Excellent. That was so natural. And you use dull ache and hurts when I bite down. Perfect.
Thank you. It feels good to say it the right way.
Now let's do one more. This time you're calling for a regular checkup.
Hi, I'd like to schedule a cleaning. I'm due for a checkup.
Perfect. Short, clear, professional. That's exactly how a native speaker would say it.
I can't believe how simple that is. I've been overcomplicating it all these years.
That's the thing about natural English. It's usually simpler than you think. Most learners try to use big words to sound more advanced, but native speakers use simple, clear phrases.
So my homework for today is to remember, I have a toothache, I have sensitivity, I'm due for a checkup, and it hurts when I bite down.
That's 4 phrases that will cover 90% of your dental visits. And listeners, here's your challenge for today. I want you to write a short dialogue in the comments. Imagine you're calling a dental office. Use at least 2 of the phrases we learned today.
Yes, and if you're feeling brave, record yourself saying the dialogue and share it. Maya and I would love to hear you practice.
And remember, the goal isn't perfection, it's communication. Even if you make a mistake, the dentist will understand what you're saying because you're using the right structure.
I love that. Progress over perfection.
Exactly. Thanks for joining us on Speak Like a Native. We'll be back tomorrow with another episode that makes your English more natural.
See you then.
And listeners, before you go, hit that subscribe button and leave us a comment. Tell us, have you ever had an awkward moment at the dentist because of language? We want to hear your stories.
See you next time.